There is a moment in every life when you decide to rise, to stand taller than your fear, to speak louder than your doubt, to chase the vision that sets your soul on fire. This is that moment. And here, we walk it together with stories that awaken, voices that inspire, and truths that set you free. This is Positive Talk with Kevin McDonald, where hope has a voice, and that voice is yours. And welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Kevin McDonald, and Rochelle is right there. And I have to make this forewarning announcement. The weather in Salt Lake City is very upheaval-ish and windy and stuff, and so we're hopeful that her internet's going to make it through. But if she suddenly disappears, that's why, and stuff. And Rochelle, it's great to see you again. I love having you on the show. You were so much fun last show, and you're going to be so much fun this show.
Yes, I'm full of energy. The guests that we have had throughout the whole day has been nothing but a blessing. And yes, things may get in the way, but I won't let it stop me, because our next guest is the pure example of resilience and also making fun out of the life that you've been through and getting to choose what you carry along and how that is for you. So welcome, Sara Im, and we love you here. I'm so excited. I waited for so long to do this show with you. How are you today?
Pretty good. Now that I'm with you, I'm much better.
That is so nice. Okay, this is the part of the show where I give everybody a little bit of a history lesson, because I was alive then, and some of us are not, or we're not born yet. But I lived through the Vietnam War era, and in 1975, the Vietnam War ended with helicopters leaving Saigon and taking our embassy staff, and we effectively left the area at that moment in time. At the same moment in time, in the neighboring country of Cambodia, which is right next to Vietnam, there was a group that came to power called the Khmer Rouge. And the Khmer Rouge, there have been movies written about it, and there was a movie made about the Khmer Rouge and the Killing Fields that happened between 1975 and 1979 until the Vietnamese army came in and freed everybody. And we are extremely fortunate to have a young lady who was there at the time and went through the killing fields, where over 2 million people were unceremoniously put to death. And she witnessed a lot of it and has written a book about it. And so, Sara, it is our extreme pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me, Kevin.
It is a story that you've written about, and it's called Surviving the Killing Fields. Am I correct in that?
How I survived the killing fields.
How I survived the killing fields. You know, Rochelle, we in America have never experienced anything like what Sara had to go through in Cambodia, and what a lot of other countries have gone through. And so we have been very, very lucky. So there are some of us who just don't get the totality of what happened back then. So, Sara, kind of go through a little bit of your experience of those days, if you would, because it's in the book, and we want people to get the book, and so we don't want to tell everything, but just kind of give us a sense for what was going on then.
Yeah, sure. Where do you want me to start?
Well,
wherever it's right.
Well, how old were you in were you a teenager in 1975? because you're hardly old enough to have been alive. I was alive in 75, so yeah, and you look a lot younger than me. So
Oh no, I was 21. I was in college in 1975. I was attending college in Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh is the capital city of Cambodia, and my whole family lived in another province in Battambang. So I went to Phnom Penh alone. And when all this happened, when the communist Khmer Rouge took over Cambodia, they came in the military processing, like the truck, the tank, the soldier, the matching, all of that into the city, and I was alone without my family. And they came in and they shut down the whole country. I mean, completely shut down. It's not like shut down in United States. United States, when they say shut down, you can still go to the store to buy grocery, to get gas and all that. The complete shutdown that I'm talking about is like turn off power for the whole country. You don't have anything left. So there was no more school, no more bus and airplane. So I was stuck in the city. I want to go home to be back with my family, but I can't go. There's no way for me to go. And I could not even write a letter to let them know how I'm doing. Nothing to communicate. So I was in the dark, and the Khmer Rouge evacuate people from the city. They don't like people who live in the city. They don't like the life in the city. So we were pushed to evacuate. So I nervously hurried and grabbed just a couple clothes and the leftover rice that I have, and just walked out and left everything behind. And everybody was in the same situation. We did not have any warning.
well, didn't they take everybody from the city and then kind of make forced labor camps that they would then have to work in the rice paddies and all of that because they wanted ultimate and complete and total control of everything, didn't they?
That's correct. That's correct. So evacuate from the city is only the beginning. Then they took us, they moved us to wherever they want to fill the land, the empty land. And I was put in the camp, in the forced labor camp. In the camp that I was put in, there was 1,000 men and women, all single. You know what they do with the single people? They force us to work extremely hard to the limit. We work like 15, 16 hours a day in the intense hot sun in the rice field, and we receive very little food, no time to rest. We work 7 days a week and very little time to sleep.
And for those who were not in the type of shape to withstand that rigorous lifestyle, if you want to call it a lifestyle, they ended up taking them out and eliminating them.
Yeah. They will accuse you that you are coming from a wealthy family, or indulge some kind of indulgent lifestyle. They don't like it. They eliminate the intellect if they suspect that you are from intellectual community. They will take you away. I had to hide my identity as the college student because they have no way to know who's who.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to blend in because, there are a lot of college students. I don't have to brag that I'm a college student. If I do that, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you.
Because the Khmer Rouge was a guerrilla organization originally, and they were fighting the government of Cambodia, and then the Cambodian government fell, and they took charge. But they had a different idea of what taking charge meant. It wasn't taking care of everybody. They wanted to do it their own way. And before we get too far into it, Sarah, I want to introduce you to somebody who's helping other people live in his particular country of Kenya. And he visits us on almost every show, and we really appreciate the work that he's doing in his own world. His name is Samuel. And Brichelle, read what Samuel has to say.
Samuel says, "Hello, Brother Kevin, Sister Brichelle, and our guest, Sara Im. I'm watching you live from Kibera slums in Nairobi, Kenya. Keep it up. This is our favorite program show. In Kenya, it is 1 p.m., but we are watching this favorite program. God bless you, Kevin and Brichelle. We love you guys, and we give that back, right? Yeah,
Every
Kevin,
day.
go ahead.
They are a remarkable. He's leading a remarkable team that is feeding children and trying to make their lives better. And Sarah, in his world, he was a street urchin, or he was on the streets trying to eke out a living, and he's taken that now to become the man he is and to support the people that he does, because it's an amazing thing. So I just wanted to introduce him to you, because you are an amazing human being as well, and what you've gone through, and you've written a book about it, and all the things that you've done. We're so thrilled to have you here. And I just wanted to say that. But thank you, Samuel. And we'll be talking to you, I'm sure, next time. And so, Sarah, you were in the for lack of a better term, I'd call it a concentration camp, because it was a work camp, is what they called it. But you were working a ton every day, and the facilities would have been rudimentary at best for everything that you had to go through. But fortunately for you and for us, that's not the end of the story for you, because obviously you're here. So I want to thank you for, number one, for being here, for two, for writing the book, and tell us about your escape from there, and how did all that come about?
Yeah, I escaped 3 times before I get out. By the time I leave Cambodia, the first time when I got too sick, how I described the condition working in the rice field. That condition made a lot of people sick, and I became sick, seriously sick, with malaria, typhoid, swelling all over the body, and then emaciated. I lost so much weight that I just have skin and bone. And then finally, when I got too sick to work, they sent me to the infirmary. I call it infirmary. It's more like a hospice. It's the place where people just wait for the time to die. So I realized that if I stay in this hospice environment, I would not survive. My goal is to survive, to go back to help out my family. That's my the whole time that I was alive there, I was thinking about staying alive, keep fighting to survive. That pushed me to do whatever I can to get out of the situation in the hospice. So I pray, I ask God to help me. So God did help me. He gave me a glimmer of energy so that I can sneak out one day, and then I got to meet a very kind person, and she had compassion, want to help me, and she did the searching and found a job for me in the kitchen. Can you imagine? Everybody work in the right field, and I get a job in the kitchen. That is more like winning a big lottery.
Because as you were cooking stuff, you got to eat a little bit too.
And I got to work in the shade and less hour and more time to sleep, and just a big difference. That's how God answered my prayer.
And we're talking with Sara Im. Is it Im? Am I right?
Yes.
Very good. And she's written the book, How I Survived the Killing Fields. And we're going to return. She's also got a couple of other books that she's written chapters in and stuff. And we're going to talk about all that when we come back, because I tell you, the resilience and authentic grit that you had to survive that and then to tell the story, you are really something special. So we will return in just a second. So stay with us, everybody, please. Here's another point to ponder from Positive Talk Radio. What is the easiest thing to justify? It is a small transgression. The one no one will ever see, no one will ever know. The tiny exaggeration on the expense report. The extra minute you took on your lunch break. The packaging you tossed in the wrong recycle bin because it was closer. In those moments, the question isn't, will I get caught? The question is, will I know? It isn't about avoiding punishment. It's a silent agreement you make with yourself when you choose to do the right thing. To return the wallet. To fix the mistake. To respect the empty space. You aren't impressing the world. You're earning your own respect. That small choice, made entirely in private, is how you build a life you never have to look away from. The only audience that matters is you. And welcome back to Positive Talk. My name is Kevin McDonald, and Brichella's right there, kind of. Brichella, you there? Brichelle, I can't hear you. And Sara is here as well. So hopefully Brichelle will come back when the weather improves a little bit there and stuff. So, so Sara, you got to work in the kitchen, and were you able to get rid of the malaria and all the things that you had and were able to get a little healthier?
I got a little healthier, but I cannot totally get rid of the malaria and everything. But at least I gain more energy, gain a little weight, so I look like normal person again.
Oh, well, that's good. But then you said you escaped again?
Yeah, so after they saw me look better, feel better from in the kitchen, they pulled me back out, put me to work in the rice field. Yes, I went back to the rice field again.
And and you again said, enough of this. I'm not going to stay here because because if I stay here, and I'm sure a lot of people that were in the camp at the time were thinking to themselves, I'm going to die here.
Yeah. Everybody live in fear of dying, fear of getting executed, fear of everything. So yeah, I come back to work in the rice field for another 3.5 years. And then after that, they moved the camp to the jungle. I think that's when I think about another escape, because I don't want to go to the jungle with them. My goal is to go back home to find my family. When they push us to the jungle, I say, I'm out of here. Whatever I need to do, I'll do it. So I get a 3 good friends. I ask them to come with me because I cannot handle it by myself. I become frail and skinny again. So my friends support me and we find a way to escape again. So this time it's a life and death situation. If they find us escaping, we will be shot right on the spot. There's no question. But
And
we
but
made
so
it.
did you make your escape that time?
Yes, yes,
Oh, very good. Now, were you able to get back to your family?
yes, yes. It's a long journey, but to save time, yes, eventually I was able to find my family.
Well, and I want you to go get the book, ladies and gentlemen. It's a powerful story. And I'm glad that you told it because it is really an important story for history, for all of us to recognize. During that period of time, did it ever cross your mind how people can be so cruel to each other?
I thought about it. But I was too busy fighting for my life. You know, I'm just doing my very best to stay alive. Yes.
And in during that period, 2 million people died. What is it about you and your resilient spirit that you think brought you through? Was it the burning desire to live and to see your family again?
That's a major part of it. Yeah, it's a spirit never give up. I have a positive outlook. I said, I thought to myself that this situation cannot last that long, could not last much longer. They cannot keep doing this forever. Pretty soon it's going to end. So that's my hope, my expectation that it's going to end.
And then in 1979, the Vietnamese army came in and dethroned the Khmer Rouge, and they ended up going back to the jungle from which they came, didn't they?
Yes, yes. And the Vietnamese came and liberate the country before I escaped out of the jungle. I
Oh,
found I came out of the jungle 4 months after the liberation.
so you didn't even know that was going on because you were hiding in the jungle.
Yeah, because they pushed us to the jungle. That's why they did. Because they know who's coming after them. And they took us with them.
Indeed. Brichelle, are you still here? That would be no. So in any event, Sara, when did you decide? Well, first of all, you left Cambodia. Did you leave with your family or did you leave on your own?
At the beginning, I left with one of my mom's cousins. And my mom convinced me to go. After I stayed with them for a year, a little more than a year, to recover my health, and my mom think that it's a bad thing for me to go out because our country is chaotic. We don't have any infrastructure. There is no law. There is uh, no protection, nothing. And I was a single person, and she was fearful for my future. And she said, "You better get out, go find your future out there." And when you do better, you can come back and help us. So that was her convincing um, theory. She want me to live, but I didn't want to live because for all those years, those hard years, I want to be with my family. I want to come back. But now that I'm together, I need to go out again. I didn't want to come out, but my mom convinced me that I need to live. So I
Well,
left. I left. Yes. Mm,
you were a single 20 something female
mhm.
in a society that there was no protection.
Right.
And she was worried about not only your health but your life, and suffering abuse at the hands of other people. So I don't I so bless your mom for doing that, because and she wanted you to stay because she loved you, but she knew that it was best for you to go. So bless her heart for doing that.
Yes, it's a sacrifice from her on her part. She sacrificed her own daughter to let her go. If I stay with her, I was a big help to her. But she's not thinking about immediate help. She's thinking about my future and the family future.
Exactly. So where did you go?
Go to the border of Cambodia and Thailand be-
Ah.
because that's the only way to get out. There was no airplane. There's no bus to buy a ticket and travel comfortably. If you want to get out, you have to go the foot through on your foot, crossing the jungle again, the jungle around on the border, and it was hard. It was scary, but I had to do it.
You
Uh,
are, I got to tell you, you are one tough lady to do that. And so, did you make it into Thailand? You must have.
yes, yes, yes. I all this time when I look back into my life, I think God was with me. He protected me. He protected me from the bad guy. You know, when people cross the border, there are a lot of robbery, a lot of crime. People take advantage of the people. So, but God must be watching over me. I'm so grateful for that.
Well, and congratulations on doing that. How long were you in Thailand?
Well, more than a year waiting for the paperwork to be processed. So the immigration process took that long for me. And I have a relative who live in United States and he sponsored me to come.
Oh, that is so cool. And I got to ask you, because what was it like for you when you were going through all the trials and the tribulations that you had gone through? And then Thailand is better, but it's no great shakes either at that time. And then coming to the United States, did it feel different here to you?
Oh, totally different. Totally different. But the people, the first group of people that I met, they are so kind, so loving. They are the ladies from the church. It's the woman ministry from the local church that they they pulled together and um, they were supporting me through everything. They drive me everywhere to apply for work, to do this and that, and teach me. And I go to learn the English. And they found me in an apartment. And they support me the first couple months until I have an ability to earn a little bit of income. So it was amazing. I'm so happily surprised that I met this wonderful group of people from the church.
Well, and I am glad that you met them too, because they were able to help you get on your feet. And when we come back from this break, I'm going to ask you what you did to earn a living in the U.S. of A. And some of the experiences that you've had here, and also talk about all 3 books that you've written. And we'll be right back right after this message. And you can go to her website, which is saraim.com. So that's Sarah, and with a im.com, and you can look at all of her books. And maybe the creek won't rise, and Rochelle will be back in the conversation when we come back. I don't know. We can always hope, can't we? That's what we're all about. So we will be right back after this message. Please stay with us.
You're listening to Brushwood Media Network, the best in syndicated talk, news, and entertainment shows.
Are you looking for your daily dose of inspiration? Stay connected to all your favorite shows, music, and news with the Brushwood Media Network app. From Positive Talk Radio to Greatest Vibes Unplugged and so many more uplifting voices around the world, everything you need is right in one place. It's easy to use, too. Always available and designed to keep you inspired 24 hours a day. Go to brushwoodmedianetwork.com and download the app, and you will always have Brushwood Media available on your smartphone. Download it now and make inspiration and music and conversation part of your everyday. And welcome back to Positive Talk. My name is Kevin McDonald, and we've got a tremendous author here and a life experience survivor. And I mean, surviving the killing fields in Cambodia from 75 to 79. And then she ended up, through the grace of God and magic and everything else, that you ended up in the United States. And you were supported by a church for a little bit, but then you went to work. What did you do? How did you decide what you wanted to do with yourself?
Well, my first job is the job in the factory. I will do anything just to earn income so I can pay rent and, buy the grocery and so on. But I also save some money to go to college.
Oh, so you were not only, that must have been really unique for you to go from a rice paddy where they were working you 20 hours a day, and then being able to get a job and to save enough money to maybe even go back to school a little bit. What kind of factory was it?
Oh, it's a mechanical factory. They make like roller bearing for airplane, whatever. And I'm part of the quality assurance. Just do an inspection.
Oh, very nice. So it wasn't horribly physically demanding either. Then so that's really good. When you went back to school, what did you go back to school for?
You will laugh at me, but laugh at me. I went back to school, a major in mathematics.
Well, were you when you were in Cambodia going to college, were you in the math department there too?
I went to like an engineering, chemical engineering college. So, but I was good at math. So that's my strength. So now when I come to United States with the language barrier and everything, math is simple. It's just the number.
That's right. And well, if you were going to school for engineering, there's a great deal of math that takes place in engineering anyway. So,
Yeah.
so congratulations. So, what school did you go to?
I arrived in Connecticut. So everything happened in Connecticut. So The college is also in Connecticut. It's called Western Connecticut State University.
Oh, very good. That must have been really strange for you to be in a college in the United States where people can come and go as they pleased, and they had automobiles to drive, and there were so many people and stuff. And now, were you outgoing at that time, or were you shy?
I was very shy. I barely speak English, but I am so grateful. Just like you mentioned, I was so happy to find out that even though I was out of school for 5 6 years, I still can go back to college and pick up where I left out and start all over again. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Well, it's not like you were an older person. You maybe were around Rochelle's age, or maybe just a little bit older than that. Rochelle, welcome back. It's nice to see you again. How's the weather?
Thank you. Honestly, that time, I don't know if anybody's gotten something stuck in their windpipe before. I just experienced that today, right now. And it's crazy too, Sarah, because I'm listening to you and I'm engaged and I'm trying to breathe in this conversation with you, but I honor you so much specifically, and I've waited this whole show to tell you that my cousins and my family are from Cambodia. So my cousin, she's 16 years old. I just sent her off to go get a trade and education in a system that is free and will pay her while she's there. And she's doing amazing. Our grandparents on her side, they got married in a concentration camp in the same year you were there. And I love them so much because there's meaning and there's learning that we may not get as Americans that they brought to her before she came to me. And when it comes to learning and understanding, and they really taught her to take care of herself so she could expand that and take care of others. And she reminds me so much of you, maybe when you were young, because she's nervous and she's afraid, but she is so talented and she has so much knowledge at almost 17 years old that I'm blessed that I get to share this with her. And I honor you so much for that, especially more because of my background. And I love my kiddos. There's 5 of them. And there's the mama, and I love her too. And then we got the grandparents. And to me at first, they seemed very harsh. And I'm wondering if you experience things where people thought, oh, well, Sarah's a little harsh, or, being able to bring light to certain situations, and what that experience was like for you when you built that confidence, because I'm working on that with her as well.
Well, my nature is my character. I was a soft, gentle Cambodian woman. Cambodian woman is polite and just smile and be polite to everybody. So I came from that type of background.
Yeah.
But I realized that in America, that's not a good, not a really respectful quality. You're a little bit too timid, too.
It's perfect. Because what you example is women who can go through things and be able to make light out of it, right? Before we came on the show with you, you have so much light. And if I could squeeze you and remember my grandma, I would love to do that. And also that wherever you're at in your life, you can learn and you can change, and that's okay too. But you can also keep yourself in you don't have to change who you are. Maybe just find that person Is that what that was like for you?
Yes, yes. But I also want to change slightly. I want to improve myself. I want to build more self confidence. So
Mhm.
um, I found myself belonging to Toastmaster International, where I can uh, do learn to do public speaking. So I learned. I belong to that organization long before I ever thought about writing the book.
Yeah.
So it just like it come very handy when I after I wrote the book, people want to hear my story, and I'm already confident in talking, in speaking.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can always improve in a nice way, in a good way. So
Yeah. I love that.
So Rochelle, you have relatives that got married in the concentration camp, and they both survived it.
Yeah. I have a picture I would love to share later on if anybody keeps track of our positive talk. I can try to find it while we're in our next break, but um, they embody what it is like to work hard and be true to who you are without having um, fear, but also with having discipline, right? Um, when the kids went to live with them, it's a long story. My family's complicated. But the kids went to live with them because they were all that it was available, and they taught them values that they would have never learned otherwise. And then when I took on one of those kids and she became my responsibility, it was easier to just talk to her because she understood. So, Sarah, did you have those examples where maybe someone was like that for you, or you could provide that for a younger person to help them understand that it is important to build yourself along the way and not just rampage through it, if that makes sense?
yes, 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 that the life value is very important. So yeah, I'm very fortunate that all my nieces and nephews, they are doing good. They obey their parents, and my oldest two nieces, they are very successful.
Yeah.
Both of them are nurse, and they have a very good career, and they are so proud of themselves. And yeah, we our family discipline the children so that they grow up as a very with a very good character.
Yes.
Well, we
Yes.
could use some of that in our society right now. So maybe some good old fashioned discipline to get the kids to grow up straight and respectful and honest and hardworking. Oh, that would be new. Hardworking, that would be good too.
Yeah. And that's
Yes,
what you're here for, Sarah, because you share that message that we go through these things, but we get to choose the outcome. And we get to choose to love each other and accept each other for who
mhm.
we are, right? Because I know in our Cambodian community, there's values that are very structured. And here in the US, there's so much maybe freedom. So for children that have the mix of both, it's hard to understand how to have those values and to love yourself and also um, allow yourself to be accepted for who you are. And have you been able to do that with your community as well to show that example of I went through these things and I understand them, but who you are is what is important, and you build the values around that, right?
Yes, I have more interaction with my nieces and nephew, show them the our value, and
Yeah.
they observe and they learn from us, so they don't have to follow all those the group that doing bad thing. But those
Yes.
people that belong to a bad group, it's just because they couldn't get help. Nobody helped them. They came from they have a broken background, broken family, and nobody stepped in to help them. So they just joined their own gang in their own group and doing wild things. But I think those are the small number of people that just did not get help. Nobody stepped in to help them.
Yeah. It's very
And when
true.
we come back from this break, I want to ask Sarah what her nieces and nephews think of her story, being an author 3 times, and then we're going to talk about your books and all of that. And Brichelle, I hope you're feeling okay now, and because you sound good. And we will be right back right after this 49-second commercial. Be right back.
They gave her crowns, but never freedom. They gave her titles, but never peace. The Girl of Many Crowns is the story of Judith of Francia, a woman born into power, yet bound by duty. In an age ruled by kings and scarred by war, she found her strength not in her throne, but in her heart. This is a story of courage, love, and the fight to be free when the world told her she couldn't be. Step into her journey, feel her fire, and see how one woman's choices change the course of history. The Girl of Many Crowns, available now on Amazon Books, Kindle, Amazon Audiobooks, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and BookBaby Bookshop. Order your copy today.
And welcome back to Positive Talk. Brichelle, that person looked like you.
You know, I think, as Sarah would probably agree, we as not just women, but people who have gone through life, when you decide to put that crown on your head and you gain control, you get to experience something totally new and you get to create it, right?
Yeah.
Either of you?
Yes, yes, I agree.
Good, you're good. Because maybe I'm insane.
Yes, yes, I agree. So when we travel through hardship in our life, we don't have to keep remind ourselves of the hardship. We
Yes.
can use that as a stepping stone, as the learning experience. You say that I have been through that and I overcome it. So you gain more confidence by knowing that you can do it again if you have to. So I gain confidence from doing that.
You know, all I can tell you is I don't know. I'm not nearly as tough as you guys are because I'll tell you, what I would probably do is say, all right, I just shoot me, get it over with, because this is just no fun at all. So just shoot me and get it over with. Did you ever think like that at all?
No, you
That's my girl. I love you, Sarah, for that reason. You took no circumstance, and if you were stuck in that, you ran with it and you used it as fuel. Would I be wrong?
yes. Since I came out from the hardship, I tell myself there's nothing worse than that. So if I gone through that hardship alive, I'm much stronger now. So you heard the quote, it say, what didn't kill me, it made me stronger.
Yeah.
So that's I believe that when you go through hard time and you still survive and you're doing well, you should feel stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'd probably just feel dead. Because
Kevin, oh my gosh. No, because didn't you realize, Sarah, at a certain point that you deserved that and so did your future?
Yes. Yeah.
you know, I admire you so much because of the resilience, but also the tenacity and the toughness, but also you had a little ornery streak in you because you weren't going to let them beat you.
Yes. Sarah's a fighter, and that's why she's here.
Exactly. During your captivity, did you ever say, okay, well, I'm just going to show you guys?
No, I could not do that with them. They have gun and I don't have gun.
Well, you wouldn't say that to them, but just to yourself about how you're gonna make it through, and they're not, because the Vietnamese at one point are gonna come and take them away, and it ended up not ending well for them.
No.
That's karma.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and is that what was going through your head, Sarah? Is I am more, and I can be more than the circumstances. Is that what were the thoughts that got you through that process?
Well, you cannot control the circumstance. What's going to happen is going to happen, but we can control our mindset. We can control our perspective. We can look at it a different way. We can find a gratitude, find something that is good out of the circumstance. So, well, for example, when they pull us out from the city, I lost everything, right? I lost everything. I left everything behind. If I just bitter about what I lost, I would not make it through the 4 years. But what I was thinking is about my love for my family. How grateful I am to have them as my family, and how I yearn to be with them again, to be together again. So I'm grateful for my life, that I still have my life. Whatever loss, I did not even think about it. So whatever the bad circumstance that come into our life, we can always find something to be grateful for. I mean, anything you can find something to be grateful for.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here, Sarah, and I'm going, a lot of people in our country are have a tendency to whine quite a bit about the things that they've gone through and all the tough times that they've had and stuff. And so I'm going to hold you up as a shining example of, oh, yeah, you think you have it tough? Let me tell you about my friend, Sarah.
Thank you, Kevin.
What she
You
went
made
through.
a beautiful example out of something that someone could have took to be the victim, and you didn't choose that. You chose that you were going to be the warrior of your circumstance. And I sincerely just honor you for being someone to say, no, I'm not going to fall under the circumstances of where I'm at, but I know where I can be. And if I can get through this, I'll make better of it. I think we all deserve to feel that way.
Yes. Until now, even though I'm in a safe environment, in a beautiful country and so on, there are problems come my way. But I'm not going to grumble or mourning about it, because problem it's always come. But I believe in God. So when we have God in our life, we are more positive, we are more optimistic, we have more hope. So that's what I feel, that we are not hopeless. We are not living depending on our own self alone. We have a helper. We have such a wonderful helper in our life.
Very true.
Well, and your whole life is a testament to that. And I'd like to thank you for that. Now, you've got 3 books out, actually. One is How I Survived the Killing Fields. The second one is you wrote a chapter for the holistic approach, or holistic approach.
Yep.
And also Everyday Woman's Guide to Mindset of a Successful Woman. And you contributed to that, and there are 39 stories from successful women. So go to, I assume Amazon is where you can go find them, Sarah, is that right?
Yes. Sara Im, SARAIM.com.
And go there, and I gotta tell you, you're one tough cookie. I hope I grow up someday and be as tough as you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And there's another book that I have not put on the website yet. It's called The Gratitude Effect.
I love that.
The
You are
gratitude. Yeah.
you are brilliant.
So is
The
that out
gratitude-
now?
Yes, but if you email me or go to my website, contact me, I can send it to you. I have not put it in the website yet. The Gratitude Effect is a collaboration book. I am one of the 20 authors, but my chapter is about the healing power of gratitude. So each author, they write their own perspective on gratitude. And my perspective on gratitude is that it can change your life. It can heal you from trauma because of your perspective, your gratitude perspective.
Do you know that even though you may not know this, maybe you do, but gratitude has been proven now to have its roots in energy and vibration, and it is a very important aspect of living a positive life. If you have gratitude for the person you are, the people that you're around, and everything, and that can uplift you. So you're right on the money there, isn't she, Rochelle?
Yeah, 100%. Sarah, you are the living, thriving example of people who question themselves and they give themselves circumstances and maybe make excuses or feel like a victim. And you understood from so early on that I don't have to be alone in this. And if I achieve this, then I can help other people realize the same thing. I'm almost speechless because of my background and understanding what you went through, and also for you to be here sitting in front of me and Kevin on Positive Talk Radio to speak your truth and show your word for women like me who maybe think that our circumstances are who we are, but it's not true. And so I'm sincerely just thankful for your time, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Thank you so much, Roselle.
You're welcome.
And by the way, Sarah, that one up there, her name is Rochelle, and she's pretty tough too.
Good.
But I'm not as gentle, and that's what I'd love to take from you, Sarah. Is when you're afraid, you don't have to run, and you don't have to be maybe the one to attack, but just to stand in your ground, realize your power and who you are and why that is. Everything about who you are is a message we're trying to share with the world, and I'm beyond grateful that we got to have you on the show, and you'll be involved in all my prayers.
Thank you so much. Yes, I love prayers.
Yeah,
I appreciate
it's a
it.
strong thing.
Yes.
Well, it has been such an honor having you here, and the history that you know and the things that you've been through. I got to tell you, you're tougher than most men would be whimpering like little boys, and you were tough. I got to tell you. Bless your soul for who you are.
Yep.
Thank
We love
you.
you, Sarah, and please come back. We'd like to share your story further as to where your journey takes you. You are everything the world needs. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. If I can be of any help, I can come back again. We'll talk about it again.
Good.
We surely can. Thank you so much. And have a great day, everybody. And thank you, Rochelle. And thank you, Sarah. Thank you for being part of Positive Talk with Kevin McDonald, where stories inspire and voices remind us of what truly matters. May today's conversation give you hope, courage, and a reason to keep moving forward. And just remember, till next time, be kind to one another because each other's all we've got.